This is September. It's a big month. There is a ton of new titles headed our way, and some of the biggest are already here. Dragon Quest XI is already here. So I thought we would do our regular monthly look at the top 10 games coming out this month. And we're already to September, is it the 5th? What date is it today? It's the 5th? It's the 5th already. So it's already September 5th. We could have done this a little bit earlier, but we've been cranking busy. I thought I would count down my top 10, okay? On September 28th, Dragon Ball FighterZ finally hits the Switch. It's not losing one iota of its 60 frames per second awesomeness, and it's got all these very cool Dragon Ball Fighter characters. It's very accessible, and the combat is incredibly tuned. It's such a great game. You know, obviously it's been out for a while. We've played it on the PS4 and the Xbox One. The Switch is going to be a very fun, you know, top-level fighting experience, and one that you're going to be able to cart with you and hand somebody a Joy-Con and get into very flashy combat with. Tons of detail and tons of depth to that title. Very, very cool experience. Transference, which is coming out for the PlayStation VR on September 18th, is a mystery to me. I know that Elijah Wood is involved in getting this thing out through Ubisoft. It's kind of utilizing some video-type elements, and you're basically sort of solving a trippy mystery as you're working your way through the game. But I'm excited to see how the narrative kind of fares and how the immersion, the sense of immersion kind of fares. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. And I've got Firewall Zero, so you can expect some streams of that and a review of that very soon as well. Looking forward to getting the PSVR headset back on my head. SNK Heroines is coming out on September 4th. It's out right now. It's Tag Team Frenzy. This is using some of the SNK Heroes that we've known over the years, but it's I guess it's doing a lot of gender swapping, so it's a lot of female characters in another fighting game from SNK. I'm a big fan of the SNK stuff. I don't know every single character. I don't know every single kind of deviation or change that they've put in there, but I'm always, you know, delighted by the way that SNK brings out their fighting experiences. They perhaps do a few too many, but this seems like a very interesting, you know, different tactic for them, and I think we're going to see some pretty cool stuff out of this. I'm looking forward to playing the SNK Heroines. On September 14th, we've got, this is like the sports month, right? This is when all the sports games come out. NHL 19 drops, and the big deal here is that you can go, it's not quite the elaborate story mode that you're seeing in other games like Madden and FIFA and NBA 2K 19, but you can go from the pond hockey to the pro hockey. I think what's happening with the NHL games is that it's a smaller team, and so, and I read your tweets when I take a look at these things. It feels like it's 1 year it's super hot, 1 year it's a little bit cold, 1 year it's super hot, and I think we're supposed to be in the super hot year where it's going to be loaded with all kinds of new features, and it's going to be super well received by the hockey purists out there. I always have a great time playing the NHL game because I know that they kill themselves to make the title, and quite frankly, I'm not such a diehard, and I don't have, you know, just that time to play just hockey. So when I jump in, I usually have a good time, but I'm looking forward to checking out the new features and the new animations and you know, the new widgets that they put into NHL for us. Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 drops on September 27th for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. This is Don't Nod taking us on a new story with new characters, you know, showing us some supernatural and some super heroic kind of powers and effects, but more than that, giving us, you know, storytelling and narrative and character interactions that kind of help raise the bar in the way that stories happen in video games, which is their forte, which is their MO these days. Plus, you know, they are connoisseurs of choosing fantastic music to go along with their storytelling. Very much looking forward to playing Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 later this month. We were just at an event last week for NBA 2K19. I played a bunch, and the defense is definitely a big part of the experience now. They put the defensive controls back on the right thumbstick so you can actually swipe at the ball. It just feels incredibly organic. But they've also added a lot more refinement to the My Neighborhood sort of elements in here. And of course, this is a game that's all about creating a character and sort of living their story and guiding them through lots and lots of elaborate twists and turns and earning a lot of different benefits as you work your way through, all the way into the league. But the core sort of experience is just so tight and so fun and so fluid, and I could feel when I was playing the game that because I played 2 full games, and I could feel that the AI was sort of getting smarter as I was playing, and they started to break my offense down, and that was humbling but impressive as hell. And this has been, historically, at least for the last few years, my favorite sports experience. So I can't wait for NBA 2K19. That drops on September 11th, just next week. Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. I just reviewed it. It's excellent. It's absolutely worth your time. Even if you're brand new to Dragon Quest games, I can guarantee that you're going to have a very fun time with this game, which has been crafted with love. So much beautiful detail and beautiful cutscenes. That's something I didn't talk about, is you can just get lost in it. But also a quibble that I have is in those cutscenes, you still have to press that button to kind of progress everything forward. I don't like to watch all the cutscenes out there, but when they're made with such attention to detail, I just like to be able to sit back and just enjoy them as movies, and when you have to press the button to keep going forward, man, I'm down on that. We've got another sort of RPG/strategy title that's coming out September 25th. Valkyria Chronicles 4 hits the PC, PS4, the Switch, and the Xbox One, so it's coming out everywhere. This is Sega saying the Valkyria Chronicles titles definitely deserve to live on in this current generation. We played a little bit of this at E3. Very cool, sort of water paint, or watercolor kind of art style to it. I've always loved this blend of action and strategy, and it's the over-the-top storytelling and the cool units that you can control. Very much looking forward to this. It also feels like the perfect game to stick onto a Nintendo Switch. That's my console of choice for that title, but I know it's going to look great on wherever you play this game. That comes out September 25th. I can't wait to get a review copy of that. A game I already have a review copy for is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That comes out September 14th on the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. This is Lara Croft assuming the mantle as the toughest human in Central America, or South America. She is such a badass, gone through hell in the last 2 games, and now she's a little terrifying, and she's gonna wreak some havoc on the bad guys around her, those poor hapless bad guys. She's just gonna murder you, and she's also gonna be exploring some very deadly and dangerous tombs. I did a little swimming when I played this game last, and it was absolutely terrifying. What is up with people in real life that swim into caves and just keep swimming and swim? They hold their breath. They don't know if they can come up anywhere. They just hold their breath and go. Who does that? That's crazy. Well, you get to do that in the video game, which is out on September 14th. Can't wait. But the game that I also have a review code for, and I've been too busy to play, but pretty soon I will be playing it, is Marvel's SpiderMan, which comes out this Friday, September 7th. It's an exclusive for the PlayStation 4. Insomniac has killed themselves to make probably the most high-profile video game experience they've ever touched. This is a vaunted game developer that I have been covering for more than 20 years, and it's run by some of the best people in the video game industry, passionate, compassionate, just incredibly talented individuals that I feel like it's a really terrific coming together of a lot of things. Marvel Games saying that they can play in the Arkham Asylum sandbox again, because it's been a long time since we've had sort of this epic AAA style Marvel experience. Insomniac saying that they can play with a licensed character and change things up, and I really hope that they do. Some of the reviews are in. When I was on the road, Johnny Millennium texted me and said, "We are so lucky that we get to review games like this." And I wanted to kill him because I couldn't play the game. I was like, oh, I was so eager to get back and play this, and I'm about to, and I will have a review, my thoughts on the game for you as soon as we can. But that's it. That's my number 1. So pretty damn decent September, right? And of course, there's going to be some betas and some, I think, early looks at stuff. There's a lot of other smaller types of titles, and every time I turn on the Switch, the PlayStation 4, Xbox, or PC, I'm aghast at the 90 new games that have just popped into the stores now. It just feels like, what? How are all these games getting made? It's crazy. We live in an incredible age, and there's lots of fun to be had. But that's my number one. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you agree with my top 10 for September, or if you think I missed some. Feel free, let me know.